And we're back! Yo, first video recorded from 2017. I know I put some other videos up, but all of those are 16 videos, so this is the first one of the new year. I'm out and about on Friday the 13th. And just wasting gas. We had a lot of rain in the area, so I figured I'd drive around and see what the rivers are like and the flooding's like and stuff. Planning on going out on the CRFs, me and Mrs. Smith, on Sunday, 2 days from now. So I didn't take that bike, but I got Thumpy today, the BMW F650GS single, and yeah, I'll probably wimp out on a lot of stuff if the water's real thick. This bike's running what are they, Michelin Anarchy 3s, so they're not really great off-roady tires. They don't have a lot of traction, and again, I guess especially with the amount of rain that we received, it's going to be a mess. Can't remember if the time on the clock's wrong on the recording. It's actually noon. I don't think I switched it for whatever we're in now, daylight savings, or if we're back to standard time, but time will tell. But hell, at least the date's right, so that's better than a lot of my earlier videos. Got Wildlife 5-0 in front of me, the game wardens. I always wonder if these guys would really pull you over for a traffic ticket. Probably have to be an egregious violation for them to really want to get involved, but anywho. Yeah, I took Thumper out over my NC because I don't know really why, to be honest with you. Well, a few reasons. I keep telling myself that I'm going to use the Thumper for a little bit more dirt and off-road stuff. Another dry hacking cough that you get to deal with. It's pretty bad. I guess the other reasons are it's pretty wet out still, and the NC, the other thing I didn't say on my NC video about the review, but one of the things I don't like about it, it has no like mud flap in the rear, behind the rear wheel, like between the rear wheel and the shock. So all the crap that's on the road just gets thrown up onto your shock. And there's folks that have made mud flaps for it. I actually purchased Acerbis one, and it didn't work out, so I returned it. And there's some folks who make them. I really need to probably just get a neoprene cover and stick that over the shock. I heard that's a good thing to do, but you know, honestly, I'm concerned about that is it'll keep moisture on the shock and, you know, cause it to rust or fail prematurely. I worry about a lot of shit, probably more than I need to. So anyway, here's what it is. That's who I am. Can't change it. Probably not going to change now. So, at some point I should do a review of the F650GS, and I'll probably save that for another day. But all in all, this is a kick-ass bike, man. Lots of options for it. Pretty easy to make the bike lower with just a lot of seat options. So they have a high seat, a low seat, an extra low seat. Got pretty reasonable power, but I'll leave it at that. One day I'll just drive around and ramble about it and do a review on it. It seems like from watching my YouTube channel, that cough coming. Cover your ears. It always amazes me. I think most BMW bike riders, okay, a lot of them are probably older, you know, my age or even older than that. And, but hell, they're a lot fucking better than the BMW car drivers. I mean, I get behind one, they're either a fucking yo racer, or it's like this female in front of me just puts it wrong at below the speed limit, probably yapping on her phone. Kind of crazy how the same company has, in my opinion, a lot different clientele, customer base. Hey, you're turning. And plus, then on top of it, her license plate frame said East Bay, so I mean, she's a Bay Area person. And sorry, Bay Area people, but I think there's a kind of a hoity-toity stereotype for I live in the Bay Area. So, probably explains a lot of it too. Do you realize how expensive the Bay Area is? Where do you live? I don't live in the Bay Area. Could you just tell me what fucking town you live in? I didn't ask what area you lived in. I asked you where you lived. How about after you tell me the town, if I don't know where it is, then you say, oh, it's in the Bay Area. I like to tell people, I used to live in the Bay Area, the Hudson Bay Area. There's a good brewery in these parts. It's a little afternoon, so I doubt they're open yet. Maybe hit that on the way back home for my one beer while on the bike. That's the rule. Alright, so I know one road I'm not even going to try to go. Well, a few roads I'm not even going to try to go down. I definitely don't think I'm going to try to go down that little section of Kiefer, the dirt section. I have a video on that on my dirt bike. I think it's kind of funny. It's a little long, but the first section's about the dirt bike riding, and that video's after the first rain of the year, maybe the second one, and we had a big pause of weather in between. So, you know, with the amount of rain that we just received over the past few days or 2 weeks. We had levees failing in the area, lots of flooding, so I definitely don't think I'm going to be trying to go down that road, especially on a bike that's bigger than I'm used to, i.e. heavier. I've never done any off-road on this, off pavement, and yeah, on top of it, shitty tires, and it's going to be muddy as hell. Wow, sounds like I'm making excuses, and I am. Don't want to get stuck someplace. Tonight's my beer drinking night. Friday. I probably won't make it through this light. These people are whipping shitties up here. A lot of them. Woohoo! Other thing I've been noticing going back and forth to work, with all the rain we got, there's tons of potholes, and I'm not talking like little potholes. I'm talking ones that like eat a tire potholes, and hopefully they're starting to fix them now. But my guess is it's still too wet for them to start patching them in. So hopefully we don't hit them. At least this bike has spoked wheels on it, a little better for hitting big holes, but that might be only if you have less air in the tires. I took the Madstat windscreen off this bike, trying to get it a little bit more dirt worthy. When I took my Black Swan class, they were concerned about everybody cracking larger non-OEM windscreens, so I put this one on, and it's not bad, man. Well, it actually is pretty bad. It's like a potato chip, so it's pretty damn windy right now. That's the shizzle. Gotta remember to say it loud and say it proud, because I'm still using the stock setup on the Sena 10C. I hope this guy's turning into one of these concrete grinding places or something, but fuck, I'm gonna hope he stays in his lane, because two big trucks coming at him. He's sloshing into the other lane like a yutz. This pass. Whoops, hit the horn. Got a fair amount of bikes in the garage, and it's tough sometimes, man, because all the setups are a little different. Some of them have the turn signal indicator where the horn indicator is, and vice versa. And I'm constantly just hitting the wrong button pretty much. Could have swore there was like some European standard where they were trying to standardize like all the controls on a bike, and honestly I think that's a good idea, but I think the Harleys are still using the what I like to say is the paddle signals, which is totally ironic anyway, right? Because most Harley riders don't use signals at all. They just do the point pound where they're gonna take a turn. But that's the ones BMW used to have on some of their bikes. I think they've switched over to this standard turn signal. I'm not real good at pointing this thing, but we'll see if you can see it right here. The toggle one where it's push it left with your thumb, push it right with your thumb. But I think the Harley flow. It was funny. I test rode the Harley Project Livewire. That was their electric bike, and it's a typical kind of burly Harley guy giving us the whole speech about the bike and telling us, all the stuff. These are demo bikes and they're worth $1 million or some bullshit. And if we drop them, this is what you need to do. Don't pick them up. They gotta take pictures. And he's going about the turn signals, and he's like, how many of you guys ride Harleys? Most of us don't raise our hands. And he's like, well, Harley Davidson, you got it. This is the way the turn signals work. There's one on the right, there's one on the left, and it's not like your bike, but mine's made in America. And I was like, it's like my bike. My BMW has the same setup. And he just was like, Harley's the best. I think I saw some fresh blacktop, not on the side there, but on the road here. So yeah, maybe the crews are out filling in all these holes, and I give them some holes that just driving past in the truck looked like they were like 18 inches long by like 10, 12 inches wide. I mean, they were like, you hit them in a vehicle, a four-wheeled vehicle, and it was pretty painful. Probably see on the periphery of the camera, these are all vernal pool wetlands, so they're seasonal wetlands in all these ag areas. And a lot of these vernal pools, side of the roads are pretty full. It hasn't rained for, I'm going to say, like at least 24 hours, but you can see there's still water sloshing up onto the roads over here. Extended weekend, it's Martin Luther King Day on Monday, so I'm off. I know a lot of people are off, but I think the whole weekend's supposed to be dry, so that's pretty awesome. Pretty excited about that. We're taking the dirt bikes out. It's going to be pretty cold going places. They have no wind protection on them. And I'm pretty cold right now, so I'll have to watch the weather too. If that's the case, if we take road bikes out, I'll probably take the 250 out maybe on Monday. Have 2 bikes out so far today. I have 3 actually. I think there was one coming down 50 when I was on Folsom Boulevard. So that's the cool thing about California. Lots of riders out here. I'm not against riding in the rain, but it's kind of more of a pain in the ass. I guess it's a little bit more dangerous. My rule pretty much is I try not to mix a lot So yeah, as of this recording, I'm pretty excited too. I'm up to 8 subscribers, man. So that is pretty awesome. 8 subscribers. My goal is to get 15 by the end of the calendar year. And I don't really know why I care so much, but I kind of find I get hooked on stuff. For a while I was hooked on Facebook, and a lot of drama on that, so I'm not on it really at all anymore. And then I was like obsessed with Craigslist. That's why we have 9 motorcycles, 8 motorcycles. Still a little bit too obsessed because I'm thinking about a 9th. And now I'm kind of obsessed with my YouTube channel. And oh, this road might be open. That's pretty cool. So we'll be able to see where all the where the lines are, where the rack lines from being flooded. There's a shitty stop there. Sometimes when I do quick stops, you're used to riding one bike all the time, and you're on a different one, and your foot doesn't make contact where it used to, where it does on your regular bike. Look at all the sheep over here. Sheep over here, grazing the side of the landfill. Pretty good sheep noise, if I do say so myself. This area we're riding now, you can check the facts in this if you want, if you really care, but a big part of this, like watershed, this drainage basin, doesn't have any dams on it, so they really have no control for holding back water and releasing flows, so it's very flashy. They get a lot of rain, especially if there's snow up in higher elevation, and the rain comes down and melts the snow, and there's a hell of a lot of flooding. Yeah, you can see this field on the left. My guess is right up where that flashing light is, usually that's where the water just comes across. There's this little levee right over here by this fence line. So this area is probably all flooded, and it looks like it from what you could just see on the road. About riding a dual sport bike is it's easy to stand up on. You don't really have to worry about slowing down for these speed bumps. Just stand up and drop the hammer. Yeah, you can see, so this fence line here, you can see all that material in there. That means the water was up to the top of that barbed wire at least. So I'm gonna guess that's like 3 feet or so. So the water here was 3 feet deep. I've never seen it like that. That's freaking crazy. where I want to go here. I kind of take the boring straight road. This light is notorious for not picking up motorcycles until you're almost in the intersection for the light to pick you up. I always talk about calling it in, but never do. I just bitch about it either in my mind, or now it's great I can bitch about it on videos, and half a dozen people that watch my videos can feel my pain. This is the Cosumnes River, one of the few undammed rivers in this side of the Sierra, I guess. Oh my God, man! You could see how flooded out that was. It's crazy. Whew. Edge off, but I mean, I don't know, again, shitty at pointing this camera, but this has brush guards on it which deflect the wind over your hands, like in theory. But it's not like the heat stays like your hands in a bag. So every once in a while, when you hear those long, uncomfortable pauses, because my mind forgets what it's doing. I'm the product of a lot of concussions. So yeah, I think like you need hand grips if you had those, I forget what they call them, hippo hands, I think is one brand, or like those bags that go over your grip area and you slide your hands into. I think they'd be awesome like that, because then the heat's in there. But like right now, okay, I got the heat grips on it. First of all, if you wear thick gloves, you usually don't feel shit. I mean, that's really the dealio. You don't feel it. Second thing is the part of your hand that's really getting cold, in my opinion, is the top part of your hand. That's where the wind's getting blasted. So your palms are getting a little bit warmer, but your hands are still freaking freezing. People have heated grips. They love to tell you, "Oh, I have heated grips. They're great." But honestly, I think they're bullshit. I think they're just bragging about them because they have them. Probably should slow down here. That speed limit said 45 miles an hour. I didn't want to tell you what I was going. Hopefully the video doesn't pick it up. That'd be a sweet house over there, man. Mostly not because of the size, just because there's a bunch of garages. That's really all I care about. It's a bummer about my current house. It's in suburbia, and yeah, it's no place to build anything. Old house when I lived in Jersey was a small house, but if you wanted to put in a 3-car garage or an outbuilding in the back, it would have been easy to do, because it was on like a half an acre, and you're living on like 0.2 or less of an acre. I don't think we're even on a 0.2 lot. It kind of sucks. Like this house here, look at that, 3 cars separate, 2 double, freaking awesome. my goal is to just keep rambling to make these interesting. Talk about my videos. I realize a lot of them are too long, probably long as hell, but I don't want to say I don't care, because I do kind of care. But I realize there's a fast forward button on those videos, and my thing is with my computer and post-processing these videos, I'm using all free software. It's kind of a big pain in the ass. Takes a lot of time, I guess is what I'm saying. And I gotta download the videos from the camera, which doesn't take too long. And then I have to bring them into, I think I'm using Microsoft Movie Maker. Okay, so I'm using that. So that takes a little bit of time for it to process into that format. Then I got to make my movie in there, so that's where the editing comes into play. Then I got to save it into a format that's good for YouTube. And that just takes time. I mean, I'm drinking beer or doing something else, but that just takes time. Sometimes that takes like an hour for my crappy, shitty computer. And then after that, then I got to upload it to YouTube, and we don't have great internet at the house. Christ, sometimes uploading these videos takes a long time. Sure, if I did a shorter video, it'd take less time, but my point is, like, I don't know, like, I don't really know what my point is. My point is, I guess, is I'm also throwing these videos up. It's kind of like a cool place to archive my videos. My hard drive on my computer is like so full of stuff, and I have an external hard drive. So I kind of feel like when I dump a video on YouTube, first of all, the few people that know that actually care to watch them and see the whole boring thing. But then it frees up space on my hard drive. Like, I posted it to YouTube, I can delete it off my drive. So long ass answer for why my goddamn videos are so long. Excuse me. So up there you can probably see there is two nuclear however you want to say it, reactors that I guess the local power company was, I don't know if they ever ran them. They built them, and I think there was a huge outcry to actually have them here, so they're just empty over there, but pretty funny. Every time I see them, I think of Homer Simpson. Okay, going back to the videos, I'm probably thinking maybe, if I remember, I'll probably remember while I'm watching this, but I'll try to maybe put notes in that I should maybe do even now, say this is a long stretches of silence or something. Hopefully if I'm running my mouth, at least it's slightly amusing, rather than listening to the wind coming through my helmet into my shitty microphone. It's amazing here, man. I mean, if you don't live here, you'd probably not notice it, but I've lived in this area like 8-9 years, and I've never seen space where the rack line is for material from the floods. This was pretty high. Sacramento County, so that's where I live, Sac County, but the southern part of the county, especially on the east side, like, all these roads are just, it's been pretty straight. You can see from this one, take a nap. take a right. Maybe I'll take a right and go towards the Sumner's River Preserve. I used to work out there, and that place floods a lot. I believe it. I don't know if the visitor center didn't go underwater, but I'm pretty sure the whole lower parking lot is pretty wet. Around here. Hay delivery. Straw, well, yeah, it's definitely covered hay. I'm going to go right rather than left here because in theory me and Mrs. Smith are going to go to the left area. Yeah, fuck that. Change my mind. I'm going the way I want to go. And that is to the left, to the left. Yeah, I got goats. I'm here to embarrass myself. So like, oh, okay, well, it's like, try to edit that out of this video. Looking forward to getting on a road where I'm only going 20 miles an hour maybe. Some cold. Running some kind of like BDU pocket pants. Today I can't remember where they come from. Pretty cheap pants though. I like them. And I'm wearing my rain pants over them. And then up top I got a wool shirt. Thin wool shirt, a smart wool, and then a long sleeve cotton shirt, and I got this Alpine Stars jacket with the liner in it, but it's like one piece, and I probably should have put something else on. Good test to see if Mrs. Smith really watches my videos, and I'll tell her this was there'll be an argument about whose bike this is now. This was Mrs. Smith's, like, it was her first bike, okay? It was her first bike, but it's a little tall, and she wasn't really feeling comfortable on it, so she got a GC250, and I put like, I don't know, 5,000 miles on that bike, and then got back on this one. This has been her bike for, I don't know, 3-4 years. She just got a F650GS, the twin cylinder version of the bike. And oh man, I used to have that bike, the 650 twin version, and never really rode this bike a lot. But I'll tell you, I really like this bike. This BMW. And I hate to say that because I'm like some more aggressive tires on it, and then try to build some more skills up on the dirt.